So today we are going to play with 3 new solid editing commands.
Are you recording?
I am officially recording, so
Which
let's keep your language appropriate. What?
Hey,
We're always using the 3D template. Camtasia. I am. I'm a YouTube celebrity.
Can 5 new get subscribers away?
I haven't taught that many students yet.
Wait, well, how much did it cost?
Like $100.
$100?
Yeah. All right, so I'm gonna start. Let's see. I'm gonna draw in my.
Wait, we're still loading. Still loading.
Well, just because you didn't come in and get started doesn't mean.
Oh.
All right, so I'm gonna start just by drawing a rectangle here.
Wait, that is an extra? Rectangle?
I'm gonna make it 2 feet by 2 feet.
Small?
And I'm just going to take this rectangle and I'm just going to.
Wait, Mr. B. Mr. B? 2 by 2?
2 feet by 2 feet, which you can do whatever you want, but.
Whoa, what's the... For another one?
Okay. So I have 2 rectangles side by side.
They're touching.
I'm going to extrude both of them, so I'm turning these 2D objects into 3D.
What's the height?
It's whatever you want.
It's lagging with us.
It is pretty much like.
So I have 2
2 feet?
different shapes right now. If I do realistic here, so you see I have this one box here, and I have a separate box here. These are completely separate boxes.
Excuse me, Mr. Graham. What was the height?
Whatever you want. I just picked a random height. How about 2 feet? So I've got these 2 boxes here. I'm going to select both boxes, and the first command we're going to learn is union, which is probably in our 3D tools somewhere. Here we go. So these are the 3 commands that we're going to be learning here. So the first one is union, which takes 2 3D objects and makes them into one object. So union. And then looking at my command bar here, it's telling me to select my objects. So I'm just going to select the 2 objects that I want to melt together to be one object. Hit enter. And you'll notice now the center line that we had is gone, and these objects are now one object. So real quick and easy way of putting objects together as one object. Now I'm going to, why don't we add a couple cylinders onto here just for fun.
But if it's square?
You could if you wanted to.
No, I mean, like, can you, like, split it in half or something?
We'll get to that.
Like a cake. How big? How big are they?
These spheres, however big you want, doesn't matter. So I've added 2 spheres here. The next command we're going to learn is subtract. So if I were to subtract this sphere from this object, all I'd have left is just sort of carve away of my corner here. So the subtract is our second command here, or you can type it in here.
Oh, I remember that.
Subtract. And the first thing we need to do is select the object that we want to subtract from. So this is the object that we're going to be left with after we subtract. So that's, in this case, my box. I'm now done selecting my objects. So I'm going to hit enter here. And then now it's going to ask me what objects do I want to subtract. So these are the objects that I want to take away. So I'm just going to select these 2 spheres here. And then hit enter again because I'm done selecting my objects. And you'll see what we have left. So we've now subtracted away that sphere area.
What do we put? We put
Christmas command.
Christmas is in week.
So I'll do that again. I'll do another sphere. This time I'll snap it right here. I'll do a larger one, take up this whole area.
Wait.
Mr. B,
Can you
So,
put another side?
I'm doing this again for you.
no,
Okay.
mine comes up like a little window.
All right.
So we need to erase everything?
Hold on one second. No, I'm just doing this again for those that missed it the first time. So I have two objects. The objects are intersecting. They're crashing into each other.
Do I have to do it?
What?
Do I have to do that?
You do not have to do this, no. Alright. So I'm going to run my subtract command, and then I'm first selecting the object, my original object that I want to keep. Hitting enter. Now I'll select the object I want to subtract from, and I hit enter. And that's what I'm left with. So it subtracted or took away, cut away the sphere
So if
from my
you have
object.
a line of crossing in the middle, it's a contract is going to split them in two.
Well, a line doesn't actually go through anything, but we'll get to that command later. Okay, now I'm going to do another shape. Let's do a cylinder. I'm going to start from this corner here, and I'm going to come out kind of large, come out kind of high. I'm kind of move this down a little bit.
Wait, inside the square?
Let me see if I can put this to X-ray. So here what I have is I've drawn a fairly large cylinder, but the cylinder only goes partially through my object here. So if you look at it from the different perspectives there. So you just need to draw a cylinder and have that cylinder overlap the object just a little bit. So the third command that we're going to learn, so we learned union, which is putting two objects together. We've done subtract, which is subtracting one from another. This next one's called intersect. And what that does is it only keeps the area where both objects are intersecting. So the mass of my cylinder and the mass of this other object here both have this common area just in the middle. It's kind of this much smaller common area. So the command here is intersect. It's also on our menu bar, our toolbar right here, intersect. And with this one, you just click on all the objects that you want to intersect. It doesn't matter what order you click them in.
So all of them?
All of them. The only catch is the objects actually all have to have, if you do like say 3 objects, those 3 objects has to have space in common. So all 3 objects have to intersect, otherwise you won't get a result. So in this case, I'm just doing these 2 objects. I've selected both objects. I can see here in my command bar that I have 2 total objects selected. Now I just hit enter, and then all that I'm left with is just this chunk in the middle that intersected. So you can see I have this kind of rounded edge here, and I still have this area that was from when we subtracted, and of course our little so let's see if I do shaded. So you can kind of see what this shape looks like now. So really quick and easy way to build objects. Again, we kind of discussed how there's 2 different ways of building in 3D. One is just to start with 2D objects, make them how you need to, and then convert them into 3D. Another way is to actually take these 3D objects, and using mainly these 3 commands, you can build almost anything. So union, which is combining objects together. subtract, subtracting away things, and then the intersect, just keeping areas that they intersect. So that's it. Any questions at all on these three, what we call solid editing commands?
No.
Very good.
Was that a lecture?